Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH, and he's in the midst of a mashal of life, a parable from real life, that every single mitzvah that a person does is supposed to bring them closer to Hashem. They are eitzos, they are pieces of advice that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us to allow us to make a real deep connection to Him. And he's bringing the example of a person who puts on his talis every day for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And this is a mitzvah essay, the raisa, positive commandment from the Torah to put it on. And yet everybody knows that most of us don't feel any great inspiration, any massive levels of dveikis, of being closer to Hashem because of the talis that we put on in the morning. So he's coming to ask right now, the words of the Zohar that are telling us that every mitzvah is really here to attach us to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a reality. And that is the mitzvahs, that is the essence and the way that the world's supposed to work. If that's the case, then every person needs to begin to think to themselves that every day that they're putting on this talis and fulfilling the mitzvah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us to do, little by little, yom by yom, every single day, they should be feeling every day a little bit more of the kirvas Elokim, the closest to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in their hearts. And that means when you wrap the talis, you should feel yourself being enraptured in HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His Shechina. And the question is, why not? Madua anu royim? Why do we see? Why is it that we see that the majority of all the people that wrap themselves in their talis every single day, they never reach the level of l'kirvas Hashem, muchashis, a tangible closest to Hashem? Why not? If that's what a mitzvah was given for, then that's what it should accomplish. You do the mitzvah, then you should be able to reap the benefits of getting closer to Hashem. And yet we don't see many people. If you walk into a shul in the morning, you see somebody wrapping their talis, you don't see them getting inspired and enthusiastic, and you don't see the bonds of dveikis, of closeness to Hashem. Why not? We have to say then that this mitzvah of wrapping oneself in their talis has to have a very penimius, a very true inner essence of what that mitzvah is supposed to look like. Since that we see that wrapping ourselves in the talis every day, it doesn't bring us to a real closeness to Hashem, unfortunately. Dveikis muchashis, a tangible clinging that we have. So then we are forced to begin to examine our actions, the way that we perform the mitzvahs, to see what exactly are we missing. If I tell you, based on the Zohar, that when a person does a mitzvah, it sounds like almost automatically he's going to commune together with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a way that he never did before. There's going to be a closeness that is going to be met based on the mitzvahs that I do. So then why do we see that the mitzvahs that we are performing are not bringing us to that dveikis, to that closeness? Elamai, it must be that we need to examine our actions, what we call the ma'aseh mitzvahs, the deeds of the mitzvahs that we are doing, and we have to see that we are missing something in the way that we're performing them. Otherwise, the magic, quote-unquote, of the mitzvah would work, and we would be walking around all day long with every single mitzvah we do, dveikis, closer and closer to Hashem. So what are we missing? That this ultimate goal, which is the penimius, which is the inner workings of the mitzvah, which is going to bring us to dveikis, kirvas Elokim, to bring us close to Hashem in a tangible way, it doesn't accomplish that even by the majority of the good, wonderful EVNEH Hashem, people with Yirah Shamayim, people that love mitzvahs, and they do mitzvahs not only because I'm commanded and I'm ordered to and I have no choice, but because I want to. And yet we see clearly with our own eyes, and we know for ourselves that in general the mitzvahs don't accomplish that. Why not? And that is the question we're going to leave off with. Why is it that our performance of the mitzvahs is simply not accomplishing what it is supposed to accomplish? And once we figure that out, and then we learn how to do it, we have to understand that the world of mitzvahs is going to become so much more meaningful, powerful, and potent to a person in this world. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbos.